What's going on, everybody? It's LuckyFin Gaming here, and welcome back to Let's Talk with For Honor in the background. I hope you enjoy the For Honor gameplay. It's not that great, because I'm not that great at the game, but hopefully y'all enjoy watching me get my ass kicked. But welcome back to Let's Talk, most importantly, guys. And so today, guys, I wanted to talk about something I saw recently. Okay, I know we don't do Let's Talks very often on the channel. I did them pretty heavily when the channel kind of first started, and I know I'm still kind of in the, well, this channel is just barely started level. But I'm still want to talk about this, okay? And I really don't want to talk a whole lot. Like, I really don't want to do these Let's Talks a whole lot because I really want to avoid drama and politics for reasons I'll go into in another Let's Talk video. One that I've been planning for a while, but I just haven't gotten to yet. But anyway, to continue, many of you may know of GradeAUnderA. Okay, he's a British YouTuber, I believe, and he makes pretty funny videos, like talking about how some things in life are just absolutely illogical. And me being a person who focuses on logic more than anything else, absolutely gets behind that content. I enjoy that content. And so I do enjoy watching his videos. However, he does take little breaks from YouTube, and well, not even just little breaks, like he takes pretty long breaks, like month-long breaks. And he took another one of those recently, but he came out fairly recently with a video about COVID-19, the coronavirus, and talking about how basically it was overhyped, which I felt for a long time. He just basically pointed out how out of nearly 40,000 people, you might get one person who is genuinely healthy that will pass away from the coronavirus. And he just pointed that out. Okay, he just pointed out how a lot of the coronavirus is just mostly overhyped by the media, which is absolutely accurate. Okay, there's a lot of people who are starting to feel the same way. They're starting to say, okay, maybe this isn't as bad as we all thought it was. And I think his timing was pretty good because he decided to make his video when that happened. However, there's a bunch of little wimps, okay, that don't feel the same way. They will literally viciously attack anybody that doesn't feel like that doesn't think that the coronavirus is an immediate threat that has to be contained and dealt with. And one of those people is DarkViperAU. Okay, and DarkViperAU was absolutely disgusting in his response video to GradeAUnderA. Okay, well, GradeAUnderA came out and made, he just made some observations. Okay, it's not like he called anybody who feared the coronavirus. It's not like he said that, oh yeah, if you believe in the coronavirus, you're a fucking idiot. Who the hell do you think? You're retarded. He didn't say any of that. All he pointed out was that the coronavirus isn't as dangerous as people make it out to be, okay, or as particularly the media makes it out to be, okay. This guy, DarkViperAU, comes out and he calls him irrelevant, he calls him human trash, and all these other disgusting things. And I wanted to talk about that, and I wanted to call you out, DarkViperAU. I have no doubt you'll probably never see this video. Or if you do, you'll probably think, "Oh, dude, this guy's under 100 subscriber. He's just a fucking he's a fucking beta boy. He's just fucking simping for Grade." Which I'm fluent in internet troll. So fuck you. You're a piece of shit. And I'm going to tell you why you're a piece of shit. All GradeAUnderA did was point out that, as I've said, that the coronavirus might not be as bad. That's his opinion. So who the fuck do you think you are to be a piece of shit that you are, to call him human trash, call him irrelevant, okay, because you yourself are completely irrelevant. Like, seriously, who the fuck do you think you are? Because you yourself are irrelevant. Now, I'm not going to call you human garbage because I'm not going to stoop that low, okay? I don't know you. I don't know what you're about. Okay, But I can tell you that you're pretty fucking irrelevant yourself. You're at a quarter of Grade subscribers. From my point of view, from mostly a viewer's point of view, I just make content as a hobby. From my point of view, you're just trying to shit stir to build your own popularity. Okay, you're just trying to jump on the drama train so you can gain some popularity. Okay, and I'll be honest with y'all. Okay, that's kind of what I'm about right now. Like, like, am I getting in on this drama? Do I not want to get in on drama? No, not really. But sometimes drama is the name of the game. And, you know, if this increases my popularity, great. And that would be fantastic, and I'd be all for that. But I'm going to admit to that, okay? I'm going to admit that, hey, yeah, you know what? I'm going to do this, and maybe, just maybe, it'd be great if I got a little extra popularity from this. I probably won't, but it'd be nice. But anyway, I'm fully admitting to that. DarkViperAU is acting like this is something he's actually passionate about. And he's calling Grade all these disgusting things. Like, nah, dude, you don't have a right to do that. Okay, you yourself, like, talking about irrelevancy, you yourself are irrelevant. You do nothing but play the fucking GTA story, or at least that's all the content I've seen from you. The only reason I even know this happened is because I both follow GradeAUnderA, and I'm not even subscribed to Dark Viper, and I just occasionally get some, like, clips from DarkViperAU's stuff. Like, I just occasionally get, you know, GTA clips, and it's always GTA 5 story, and I don't even click it because I'm like, oh yeah, that's DarkViperAU. I click it because I see Grand Theft Auto 5 Grand Theft Auto, like, oh yeah, this is an interesting interaction in Grand Theft Auto 5, and it's like 30 seconds long, and so I'm like, yeah, I got 30 seconds, why the heck not? So that's literally all I know of DarkViperAU, so I don't know enough about you to, like, call you garbage or any of that other stuff. And I wouldn't do that anyway unless you genuinely did something really bad, okay? Which, I mean, to be fair, what you've done to GradeAUnderA isn't great, okay? It's not nice what you've done. That's pretty fucking rude. To call him the names that you called him, to call him irrelevant like you called him, that's pretty fucking pathetic, especially coming from a guy who plays the GTA 5 story and streams. Like, what do you have going for you? Okay, GradeAUnderA has almost 4 million subscribers. You know, he had a big following, especially in the 2016s to 2018s. Okay, you've not even peaked. You've barely peaked at under 900,000 subscribers. And I know Grade isn't exactly at 4 million. I think he's at like 3.7. But still, the math is the math, and here's the math. You're like a quarter his size, okay? Like, stop trying to come at him sideways when you're like an itty bitty baby compared to him, okay? But that leads me to my second question. Well, it's not even really a question, it's just more of an observation that people hate facts. People, and this is something I've wanted to talk about for a while, and so I'm going to go ahead and talk about it now because this seems like a great time to do it, okay? People hate facts. It's sad that people hate facts, okay? DarkViperAU is apparently no different. People despise facts, okay? Everybody these days seems to be completely driven by their feelings. And what do I mean by that? Okay. I told recently, like, you ever been in a situation where you have a friend who is with a bad person? You know they're with a bad person. You can see they're with a bad person. Everybody else seems to see that they're with a bad person, but they can't see past that. Their feelings are blocking, you know, that perspective. They can't look at it logically, right? Because apparently he has the ability to suddenly drop all my stuff. That's how so many people. I call that being driven by your feelings. Okay, you can't see the logic, and there are too many people that are driven by their feelings. Okay. And like I said, this is an opinion I've had for a really long time. It's one that I've actually wanted to cover on this channel for a really long time. And that is being driven by your feelings, and how that is like the worst way to live. Too many people are driven by their feelings. You know, we traded Donald Trump, who objectively was probably one of the better presidents we've ever had. Okay, we traded him in for the piece of fucking mentally retarded garbage that is current President Joe Biden. And I know I've never really given my opinion on Joe Biden, but objectively speaking, Donald Trump was a good president. He did way more good than he did harm. Okay, was he the most professional person? No, but I don't look at how professional did he act. I look at how professionally his actions were. Okay, what I mean by that is, like, what did he do? Did he do things that were good? Generally, yes. Yes, he did. Joe Biden has not done a single thing since he was elected president that anybody can say has been good. The vaccine has been a miserable failure. Afghanistan was a failure on a multinational level. Okay. England, from what I've heard, absolutely embarrassed to be our ally right now because of how horrible Afghanistan was handled. Okay. That, and people said, like, well, Donald Trump he wasn't friends with England. He destroyed our relation. Like, I never saw that, but I mean, whatever. But right now, if it ever was to show, right now, England is very upset with us. Okay, they were very upset with the way that was handled because they lost some people in Afghanistan too because of the way that was handled. Yeah, I told you, dude. So objectively speaking, everything Joe Biden has done has just been miserable. Okay, it's people in the United States are miserable right now because of it. But that's just to show. People. Why did people want to get Donald Trump out so bad? Was it because they thought he did a bad job as president? No. Nobody ever really even paid attention to his actions as president. That's obvious when you ask people, like, okay, so what did you not like about his presidency? Well, what do they always say? Well, he said mean things. He wrote mean things on Twitter. He was on Twitter too much. Okay, so you just feel upset at him. You're just angry at him for saying nasty things. So you don't actually have anything, and that's the point I'm trying to make, okay? That's exactly what DarkViperAU has done to GradeAUnderA. He doesn't actually have, like, did he fight anything? Did he point out anything about Grade A's argument that was incorrect? The simple answer is no. And unfortunately, I had to sit through the whole video. The best thing that he could come up with to combat it on a real scale was, well, long-term effects. Long-term effects bad. Except the long-term effects are theoretical. Okay, this is, again, objectively speaking. Okay, you can go look this up right now. You can pause the video or just wait till the end because I think I'm almost done. I'm way over time. But if you were to stop this video right now and go and look, those are theoretical. Okay, multiple doctors, I can't think of any off the top of my head, but multiple doctors have admitted that the quote-unquote long-term effects are theoretical because coronavirus hasn't been around long enough to determine long-term effects. Okay? So, that being said, Grade had logic on his side. DarkViperAU is just being a soy boy. Okay, he's just upset because somebody dared to say that coronavirus isn't the deadliest thing that mankind has ever faced, because it's really not. Okay, and he just is pointing that out. Okay, coronavirus is genuinely not the deadliest thing that we've ever faced. Okay, in Grade's video, he pointed out that it's got a 98% recovery rate. Okay. And that's official statistics. It probably is much higher. Well, maybe not much, but it's probably higher because, not everybody goes to the hospital when they're sick. So, especially during the early days, there were people who probably got it and then went to the hospital, and then probably didn't go to the hospital. Okay. So it could be higher, and that's not just my feeling. That's, again, doctors are saying this. Okay, they're saying it could be higher. Okay, the recovery rate could be even higher. We just don't know it. So that being said, about a 98% recovery rate overall. You know what else has a 98% recovery rate? The flu, the cold. Things like that. Common diseases that we all face every year. Okay? Like, sorry if pointing this out makes you an upsetty soy boy. Okay? But these are the facts. And the facts are that the coronavirus isn't going away. Okay, and I think this is what Grade was kind of trying to point out in different words. I'm using just some different words than he is. Coronavirus isn't going away. It's something we're going to have to live with, and we just have to come to terms with that. It's something we're probably just going to have to face. We can either continue to let it. We can either continue to let it, control our lives, or we can just accept that this is what it is. We're going to have to deal with it. We're going to have to continue to deal with it. Are people going to die from it? Yes. Okay, that's just how disease works. People die from the flu. They die from the cold. People used to die from much worse. Okay, we're still way better off. The mere fact that even though this disease is probably worse, its symptoms are probably worse than the flu and such. In fact, I wouldn't even say probably. In most people, they are worse. A 98% recovery rate is still really good. Okay, back in the day, when they were still running around on their covered wagons and stuff, they didn't have that advantage. Okay, 98% recovery rate. Awesome. If the family got the cold, that could be a death sentence. If a family got a cold, okay, we are still miles ahead. And so, to continue, that all being said, okay, the coronavirus isn't going away. Okay, Joe Biden wants it to go away. It's not going away. The vaccine has been a miserable failure. I mean, I know there's vaccine mandates and everybody wants, you have, like, they're saying you're going to have to get the vaccine, so on and so forth. But, I mean, and if you want to get the vaccine, that's kind of your deal. But from what I've seen, this quote-unquote vaccine, which isn't even a vaccine, but we could talk about that another time, it's been a failure. Okay, so we're just going to have to accept that, hey, you know what? We're just going to have to deal with it. This is just how it is. We gotta put up with it. So, all that being said, guys, I have gone way over. I've ranted way longer than usual. Way longer than I meant to, as usual, I should say. And we're pressing 20 minutes of you hearing me talk and bitch, basically. So, if you enjoyed... if you just watched for the For Honor content, then stick around because I make more For Honor content. If you like the Let's Talks, let me know down in the comments, and maybe I'll create some more of these, but I'm really trying to avoid this channel becoming a channel like that. Like, I'm really trying to... Like, I really don't want this channel to become like that. I really want it to just be mostly gaming, not a whole lot of my opinions on things. But, yeah. To conclude, DarkViperAU, you're kind of a piece of shit. Grade, you're a homie. Love watching your videos. But that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed, and if you did, please consider liking and subscribing, and I will see you all at another time and dimension, whenever or wherever that may be. Till then, peace out.